All right, this segment I'm going to talk to you about a new feature we've added to the website. If you notice at the very bottom of this screen, this is where you've gone and logged into your account on the website usda.afpc.tmu.edu. Yield exclusions. A number of people have asked if we were going to be able to provide any assistance. We've already helped with the base reallocation and the yield update and ARC PLC decisions, and some on insurance this year, and we were asked whether we could to do anything about the yield exclusions. So we've put together a new piece of software that will evaluate yield exclusions for you. And so you just log in normally, and then you click on that file that at the very bottom where it says yield exclusion. It's going to bring it up. And it says, okay, now you got to pick. We're going to be talking, and this is an example set of mine. Corn in Williamson County on farm number 1000, corn on Williamson County farm number 1001. You have some choices. This is the first step where it's looking at optional unit structure. If you're already buying an enterprise unit structure, you're going to have to look at it a little bit differently. So once you pick one, and I picked corn, it's going to bring up there. We will pull in from the RMA data sets the last projected price, in this case $4.15 for corn in Williamson County. I think the discovery period is over with, so I think that's actually the number. But if you know the number to be different, or you can look it up on this website as it's listed here, you can plug it in yourself. Then you have to say, did I use trend adjustments, that's the in the last few years trend adjusted yields came out, which has been able to a number of crops have been able to increase their yields a bit. Yield adjustment is yes or no, is just basically, are you using plugs or not? And fairly much everybody in this Texas are using plugs. So once you make those two selections, you would hit analyze and move to the next page. So this is the top part of a long page that has the results below it. I just wanted to blow this part up to show you. In the orange here, it says that the farm APH data doesn't match the calculated APH, and I can tell you exactly what happened here. This is a farm where I didn't have the 10-year history to develop the APH. I was provided the APH by the producer, but they only gave me enough data to do the calculations for the farm program, which would be that 5-year of planted acre histories and yield histories. So again, I had 5 years of data, but the APH was reflective of 10 years, so I can see it. And you're going to get this message every time they don't match, and it's going to ask you to kind of go and make sure that those things do match. But at the bottom of the page is going to be a series of graphs, and the first one will be for yield. It'll say YP for yield protection. The second will be RP, which is what I'm showing you here, and then the third one will be RP minus the harvest price exclusion. And these graphs look, at first blush, look a little bit really complicated, but in my mind, it's an interesting way to look at these results. Why? Because on yield exclusion, depending upon the crop and depending upon the county, you can drop from 1 to a large number of years out of your APH, which could either bolster the APH on your individual farm or lower it. A dropping of a particular year may actually hurt you when the county had a problem but you didn't. So what each of these bubbles is, that each circle is a situation where you either excluded or didn't exclude at different coverage levels. So at the very far left is, and are all green, that is 5100 coverage. Then it goes 55, then it goes 60, then it goes 65, all the way up to the far right is 85% coverage. And what this is intended to do is within a coverage level, it's trying to show you, can I make myself better off by increasing the amount of revenue guarantee, which is over on the left axis? Can I increase that guarantee without increasing the premium, which is on the bottom axis quite a bit? And what we've done, and it says up in the text at the top, if you're at one point, the green are basically the preferred options. Why? Because at that premium level, you can't make yourself any better off by increasing your revenue amount. So I'm going to show you one example. if you hover over each circle, it's going to pop up a little box like this, and it says inside revenue guarantee. And because this is brand new, we have the decimal places up to, I don't know how far that is, but it's way too far. That's a lot of precision there. Basically, the revenue guarantee is $316. The premium is $28 on the bubble I clicked. The yield exclusions for that year was exclude 2008, 2009, and 2011. The APH calculated, if you exclude those, it would be 109. The rate yield and the coverage was 70%. So what you would do is, if you move back to a situation where if you go up and there's a series of dots, that's one coverage level in a lot of different yield exclusion levels. And if you were to go to that column I was on previously, which is just right between $30 and $35 premium levels, if you move up and down in those reds, you're going to be excluding certain years and not excluding certain years. And basically what it's telling you is that the very top of that, for that coverage, for that amount of premium, and most people in Texas are not going to pay that much, but for that amount of premium, the preferred option is at the top. One of the things that's interesting, though, is for what you have to think about is, if you're on that column I just described, and the column to the left is 65% coverage, the top three of the 65% coverage, which would be the 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth set of numbers going across left or right, the top three dots are all preferred to the red on the 75% coverage. Why? If you're looking at the cost to you and the amount of coverage you get, those top three dots, for less premium, you would get more revenue coverage. And that's the way you have to look at this. Again, I fully expect to have this integrated into our educational programs. I know that the deadline for crop insurance selection basically is March 15th. We're sitting here with very few days left. We're not telling you exactly what to buy with this tool, but we're telling you, this is a way to use the tool to evaluate, so you can talk to your crop insurance professional more. Hey, what if I bought a lower level of coverage? I'm still getting more coverage, revenue guarantee, but I could decrease my premium depending upon how many of the years I exclude or don't exclude. This is one way to look at it. We're going to be refining this over the next year or so that the next time the crop insurance selection comes up, or for wheat this summer, we're going to have a lot more graphics for you to look at. So until next time, hopefully you can take a look at this set of options, and if you have questions, give us a call. Thanks.